round after months of action-packed, thrilling and an emotional journey. Well, interestingly and to much of a joy, RCB has made it to the finals after the year 2016. And today, Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians, the former champions, will be playing in a do-or-die encounter. And in the next half an hour, we will give you reports, stats, facts and expert analysis on today's encounter and more. So let's get it started. First up, let's talk about Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Undoubtedly, they've been in a different form altogether this time. From on-ground rivalry to dressing room chemistry, a lot brewed for the team. And the final result? Well, they are into the finals after 2016. And yesterday, in a very interesting clash, Royal Challengers thrashed Punjab Kings by 8 wickets in Qualifier 1 at Mullanpur. RCB's fierce bowling, led by Josh Hazlewood, restricted Punjab Kings to a paltry 101. And RCB chased down the target in 10 overs, with Phil Salt emerging as the top scorer. And Punjab will now face the winner of Eliminator between Mumbai Indians and Gujarat Titans that starts in a short while from now. Well, that's not all. Let's now also take a look at some interesting facts about Royal Challengers Bengaluru. If you take a look at the graphics that will be there on the screens right now in front of you, Royal Challengers Bengaluru entered their 4th IPL final. RCB previously played IPL finals in 2009, 2011, 2016 as well, and this will be their 4th edition in the finals. Well, at the current edition, 9 RCB players won Player of the Match award. And interestingly, undoubtedly, Virat Kohli remains on top with most number of runs, which is 614. And to make it even more interesting, I'm joined by RCB and Team India's super-duper fan, Sukumar Kumar, who is right now in Ahmedabad to attend the final match where RCB is definitely going to play. And we will also get to know about the second team, but we still have some time for that. A very warm welcome, Sukumar. Thank you so much for joining us at DD India. Well, this is a very emotional final as Virat Kohli has already announced retirement from Test. But RCB into the finals after 2016. What actually, according to you, worked for your favourite team, Sukumar? We'll try connecting with... Yeah. Can you hear me, Sukumar? Please go on.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So, as you know that since from first IPL, I am supporting our team, no matter whether they're playing in India or out of India, wherever the team goes. And mainly this year, as everyone knows that this is the 18th year IPL and the great legends jersey number 18. And one more, as a fan, nobody will believe this because June 3rd is my 18th wedding anniversary as well. So definitely it will be a golden moment for me, especially on my 18th anniversary, lifting a trophy. It will be the best moment forever in my life.
Indeed. And let's also go across to Tapas. Tapas Bhattacharya joins us from New Delhi. Taposh, when we talk about RCB's superb and spectacular performance, we heard it from RCB's superfan who's been following Virat Kohli through and through over the years. And we also know the fact that Virat Kohli also sends special invitations to his fans. But this time it is even more interesting because it is emotional this time. And RCB into the finals after 2016. What has been the X factor so far for RCB, Tapas?
Well, this is the 4th time they have made it to the final. The first time was 2009, then 2011, then 2016, and this time 2025. And remember, they haven't ever won the IPL title. That's something that will be rankling, will be there on the back of Virat Kohli's mind, even though he's not captain anymore. But he would definitely like to end his career with all the trophies that one required. He has won everything that is there to be won. Just this IPL trophy is missing, so that's something that he will be keen to get. The best part was that he played a huge role in this season, turning up when it required and becoming the highest run scorer in this season as well. And we'll have to give a lot of credit to the Punjab team, the way they actually capitulated in that particular match. If they would have used their brains, they would have waited and would have probably assessed the pitch of new Chandigarh Stadium, things would have been a little different. Mind you, this is the same place, not the same pitch, although where the second matches, today's match is taking place between MI as well as GT. So it will be interesting to see how that pitch behaved. But yesterday's match was one hell of a one, where where the ballers, both pacers as well as spinners, were getting a lot of assistance from there. So Punjab should have assessed the pitch better, and probably rather than going hammer and tong at every single ball, they probably would have assessed it better, and probably would have taken a 150, 160 run score in that particular pitch.
And Sukumar, coming back to you, how are you planning to celebrate the finals? RCB is definitely going to participate in the finals.
Of course. This time definitely we are going to lift the trophy. That is the reason, as I said, 18 years why we were waited, because we were going to give a tribute to the great legend, the run machine. Not only me, entire world is waiting for the best moment. You know that many of my friends are traveling from different countries. Still now they didn't have match ticket, but they're not worried about the match ticket. They want to see the celebration. And I don't know, there is no special word in dictionary to describe. And lot of people are expecting for the big day, and definitely God will bless us. And I don't know, entire world will celebrate our victory.
We wish you all the best for that, Sukumar. Thank you so much for joining us. And moving on, while we know that RCB is definitely in the finals, but the question mark remains intact for the opponent. And today, one of the team will be eliminated, as Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians are all set to lock horns in a winner-takes-all eliminator at Mullanpur. The Gujarat Titans wrapped up the season in third place, posting 9 victories out of 14 matches. Unfortunately, they come into this match after a loss to the Chennai Super Kings and will be missing Jos Buttler as well. Kusal Mendes is stepping in to fill the gap. On the other hand, Mumbai Indians finished 4th in the standings. Hardik Pandya led Mumbai Indians will be without wicket-keeper batter Ryan Rickleton and all-rounder Will Jacks as well. Rickleton complemented Rohit Sharma nicely at the top of the order, while Jacks lent balance to the side with his hard-hitting ability and handy off breaks. The winner will play Punjab Kings in Qualifier 2, while the loser will be eliminated. And before we get you the expert analysis, it's now also time to fill our viewers with some very interesting stat facts about both the teams, Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians. Now let's take a look at these graphics also, where we'll bring you important stats that you must know ahead of today's eliminator round. Hardik Pandya dismissed Shubman Gill of Gujarat Titans 4 times in 23 balls while giving away only 19 runs. Also, across all T20 formats, Surya Kumar Yadav has taken Rashid of Gujarat Titans for 117 runs in 77 balls without a dismissal. Now, Rashid has dominated his matchup against Hardik Pandya as well. On the other hand, Tilak Verma of Mumbai Indians has faced 7 balls from Prasidh Krishna in the IPL, and he's been dismissed twice and hasn't scored a run yet. So this is how the chemistry looks between both the teams so far, between Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians. And before wasting more time, let's now get our experts to talk more about it and understand how are we looking at both the teams in this very crucial eliminator round. And to take you through that, I'm joined by Mr. Rakesh Rao, who's a senior sports journalist, and of course Tapas Bhattacharya again. Good evening to both of you. Now, Mr. Rao, coming on to you first. We know that anything can happen in IPL, MI or GT in a do or die encounter today. On the other hand, RCB had that fire in them this time, but is that fire lacking somewhere in MI?
Not really. Because if you look at MI's journey so far, look at them. First 5 games, they lost 4 games. That means they had just 1 win out of the first 5. But out of the remaining 8, they won 7 times. So that means there is no dearth of any kind of, motivation, fire, whatever you say. Because they have it in that team to actually make it. And they're not really concerned whether they are among the top 2 or they are not among the top 2. So they know their job. They know how to win these huge, must-win games. And but the only thing is that today they're up against a side, without their best, those overseas players who played a very crucial role. Now, this also, means that MI will be a little more careful. Whereas GT is coming into the playoffs with two successive defeats. Now, that's not great news either. So there are these two teams which are not entirely happy with, how things are. But everything else being equal, MI will definitely hold a slight edge because they have the experience. But GT, on the other hand, they hold a far superior record against MI than against any other team. And since they have beaten the same team twice before, they will be very excited to face MI. Of course, they at one stage it actually appeared that GT will be among the top two teams, but then of course it didn't happen after they lost the last two. But overall, I think it's going to be a battle of two evenly poised teams. With the only thing that MI needs to do is to ensure that GT doesn't get off to a great start because their openers are on fire. So they have to make sure that Sai and Shubman are not allowed any kind of liberty up front. Having said that, MI relies more on their middle order. Whether Rohit fires or not, they believe that they have the team to actually put up that kind of score, which they're
All right, coming on to you, Tapas. When we talk about this match, it is said that loyalty is royalty. But here, former Gujarat Titans player Hardik Pandya will be facing his former team today as the opponent. A lot of pressure is definitely there on Shubman Gill as well. Can Pandya's, Tapas, my question to you is, can Pandya's X factor be a threat to Gill and co here?
It better be. In fact, GT will be looking to make this count. Remember, they haven't actually lost to MI at all. In fact, MI hasn't been able to defeat any of the other teams in the playoffs. So the owners will be on GT. They would like to keep their winning momentum going against MI in this season. The last two league matches that they played, they all won against MI. The lot will be riding on Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan had a very off season. In fact, one of the best spinners in the T20 format had a very off season. So he would like to make the most of for GT, but for MI, Bumrah has been scintillating from after missing out the first 4 matches with injury. He came back and had probably one of the best seasons ever he had. So a lot will be there. For GT, as Rakesh rightly mentioned, they were Sai with Shubman Gill and Butler. The top three used to score the bulk of the runs for them. And with Butler now out of the picture for his country's duty, it will be a lot will be riding on Kusal Mendes. Kusal Mendes is expected to come in for Butler. So Mendes has to actually step on the gas. Remember, he hasn't played any of the matches, so it will be a lot riding on him. So it will be interesting to see what kind of tactics they take into consideration. Also, how they perceive this pitch. This is a different kind of pitch altogether, and we believe that it will assist the pacer and spinners alike. We saw that in the last match as well. So it will be interesting to see how both teams go about planning their innings in this particular pitch.
Tapas, you rightly mentioned that no Butler for Gujarat Titans can really be a challenging factor, and his replacement Kusal Mendes has a lot to prove on the field today, because considering the experience that he doesn't have so far, can really be a tough call for the selector, for the captain as well, to include him in the playing 11 accordingly. But can this also be the factor that can backfire for Gujarat Titans today, having an upper hand already against Mumbai Indians?
It can backfire, considering the fact that Kusal hasn't played much in this season at all. And, they, as I mentioned, the top 3 for GT has been scoring runs. They hardly were tested, and their middle order were hardly tested at all in this season. So if MI can actually get the top 2, it will be interesting to see how GT managed to hold the fort in this tricky pitch, as I mentioned. There is, and as I mentioned, with Mumbai Indians, has a lot going in, especially the pacer led by Bumrah has been in an absolutely amazing form. And I have to just check out the stats that Bumrah had. In fact, I will just check. In fact, he has taken 17 wickets at an average of 14 with an economy of almost just over 6.33, which is, if I'm not wrong, this is probably the best IPL season he had in a long time. So I have to check. In fact, probably this is going to be the best IPL season he ever had.
Right.
So, if GT really needs to, and GT had a good record against MI, they won 2 out of the 2 matches in this season. So if they want to make it, 3 out of 3, they have to play out of their scheme. And Mumbai, you never count Mumbai out when it comes to, IPL, and that too in crucial matches in the playoffs. We have always seen that they come out with the best match, best play when the chips are down. So it will be interesting to see how MI under Hardik Pandya goes about GT. He will have a trick or two up his sleeve and would like to prove a point through the Mumbai team management.
And also, when we talk about Mumbai Indians today, they are also getting on board Johnny Bairstow, and and he is the likely replacement in Team Mumbai Indians. No Will Jacks, however, no Ryan Rickleton. Do-or-die situation for the team, and the incoming of Bairstow, who had a decent record but 3 years ago. Will that add some sort of value to the team's performance against the formidable performance of Gujarat Titans, Taposh?
So if you take a close look at Mumbai, you will realize that they have superstars in their team lineup. They have Rohit Sharma, you have Johnny Bairstow is coming in. They have Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav is in an absolutely amazing form. He is leading run scorer for MI. They will have a hands full to understand who will be coming in the 5th spot. Then you have Hardik Pandya coming in the 6th spot. Hardik Pandya gives MI that extra depth. He can bowl those 4 overs, very handy 4 overs, and he can also come in and hit the big runs at the fag end of the inning. So that's a huge point. And as I mentioned, with Mitchell Santner at the Deepak Chahar, it will be interesting to see how they go about their business. They bat deep. There is no denying that part. But it will be a lot will be riding on how they open the innings. And the toss, I believe, will be a very interesting option here. Whether Mumbai or GT would like to bat first in this particular match. Just to put it across, this is a pitch. This is a place where it's easy. You can easily score 200-run score. But looking at the last match, one believe that if the pitch stays the same, it will be worthwhile to bat second, and it will be interesting to see both teams how they go about their business and whether they factor in the pitch at all.
And when we are talking about the pitch, let's know more about the pitch with the help of the graphics. Well, the pitch is the Mullanpur Stadium, which is known to favour the batters. And also the pacers do get some help during the initial overs at this particular pitch as well. Well, as the game wears on, spinners tend to come into play at this very particular pitch, as our correspondent Taposh Bhattacharya also mentioned. And a total number of 10 matches have been played at this particular venue. Teams batting first won 5 times, whereas teams chasing also emerged victorious on 5 different occasions. Interestingly, toss so far has not played a decisive role yet. Going back to Mr. Rakesh Rao, sir, when we talk about the pitch conditions, what can we expect from the toss? Can it play a crucial role for this very crucial encounter match today?
What we saw yesterday was a home team which was expected to know the conditions so well. It is just that their shots didn't come off at all. That was the major issue. But overall, when you look at the team, I think GT, irrespective of what happens, they would love to bat first. Main reason in the last they try to chase and GT because they wouldn't like to be facing any kind of target here. But MI would like to put GT in a spot. If they can, raise a kind of score, say anything over 170, 180, that will be quite a handful because, let's not forget, MI as a side has the core of the Indian team there, plus you have good attack. That means they have overall a reasonably decent attack. They have a very sound middle order. Plus you have Rohit up front. So overall they have a pretty decent balance to this whole team. But GT, if I were to be in Shubman's shoes, I would love to put a score on the board.
Also, Mr. Rao, a very quick question because we are running out of time, and in a few minutes from now, we'll also have the result on toss. Sai Sudarshan, with more than 600 runs in the league stage itself, is a player to watch out for. How much of a psychological pressure is it for Pandya and co? Can you hear me, Mr. Rao?
Is it from me?
Yeah, that question is to you about Sai Sudarshan.
Okay. See, Sai has been on a roll. He's looking absolutely red hot, and and the way he has been, hitting that ball. More than anything else, see, runs are being scored. There are a lot of individuals who will, his share of runs. The way he strokes the ball, it's not that he's hitting it very hard. He's capable of hitting it hard, but it is all about getting the meat of the bat to the ball.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Rao, for joining us. A very quick last question to you, Taposh. Who could be the likely finalist this time?
Interesting. Generally, I don't want to put my money in any of the team, but I keep it in my pocket. But MI, I would go by MI. But again, this is IPL, this is T20. It's basically an entertainment game, so anybody can win the match. But it will be interesting to see who actually made it to the final and whether RCB can clinch their maiden trophy on third in Ahmedabad. That for me will be a big question, and it will be interesting to see how the match goes today. So if it's MI versus RCB, well, we will have a cracker of a contest up our sleeve.
Indeed. All right. Thank you so much, Taposh Bhattacharya, for joining us and bringing us that very important analysis. Thank you so much to Mr. Rakesh Rao as well for joining us and bringing us that much-rounded perspective on today's eliminator round between Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians. That's all in this special broadcast. We'll be up once again with more news on IPL. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.
Geopolitics and trade deals, economic challenges amid development, hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalize